Hello, I'm Dylan Longton, and this is my past tense and direct object pronoun project for Spanish 2. First of all, we need to know some rules for the preterite, or the past tense. The past tense doesn't stem change, and verbs that end in car, gar, and zar have a change for the yo form. So car changes to qu, and gar changes to gu, and z changes to c. So that would be yo busqué, yo paje, and yo almuerce. And regular AR verbs stem change too. It's not like the present tense anymore because we're obviously in the past tense. So yo form we use an e, and tu we use an aste, and el we use an o, and nosotros we use amos, and ellos, ustedes form we use eron. We need to remember the accents when using this past tense. So, bailar, which means to dance, we change it to baile, bailaste, bailó, bailamos, and bailaron. The yo form and the el form are the only ones that have the accents. And here are some example sentences. Yo bailé ayer en el parque. You danced in the park yesterday. And nosotros nadamos en el verano. And here are some keywords that you should look for when reading the preterite to know if it's preterite. We look for ayer, el mes pasado, el año pasado, el fin fue semana pasado, hace 2 años, anoche, and anteayer. These are all words that happened in the past. When looking for a preterite, we use single event, specific time in the past, a sequence of events in the past, or a narration in the past. And we just look for anything that's in the past. An irregular preterite are car, gar, and zar verbs. So, buscar, for example, is a irregular verb that would change the C to a Q U. So that would be yo busqué. And for gar verbs, we change the G to GU. Yo paje, for example. And Z, we change it to a C to make it yo almuerce. Jugar means to play. And we change it to yo jugué to jugaste, él jugó, nosotros jugamos, ellos jugaron. And some examples are tú pagaste por los jeans. Did you buy those jeans? Or yo pagaste $4.75 por mi clase esta mañana. I paid $4.75 for my class this morning. Direct object pronouns, or known as DOPs. DOPs tell who or what receives the action. And here's an example. Devolví el libro. I returned the book. The book is receiving the action because it's being returned. And we use DOPs to avoid repeating direct object nouns by replacing it with a pronoun. Gender number agreement. Everything in Spanish has gender number agreement, especially when it's singular, plural, or masculine or feminine. So we use lo, which means it, him, or you, or we use la, which means it, her, or you, which is feminine. Or we use los, which is them, or you, which is masculine, or las, which is then, them, or you, which is feminine. Some example sentences are devolviste los libros a la biblioteca. Did you return the books to the library? So you would say no los libros. As you can see, that los, which means them, is before the verb. Ayudaste a tu mañana en casa is another example, and we would say sí la ayudé. The sentence placement for these are infinitive, the verb, direct object, or the pronoun, And the direct object or pronoun replaces the verb or is before the verb. Some other DOPs replace the noun, tell us who or what receives the action of the verb, which I repeated already, and they are used to avoid repetition. So here's an example. Santiago hecho una carta ayer. And with the DOP, it would be Santiago la hecho. So we use the DOP, the noun, and the subject. And here's another example. Compraste los patines. We use the DOP in the middle of the subject and the verb. And here is the placement. DOPs are placed before the conjugated verb only when it's an infinitive. Only when an infinitive is present. A DOP could be before the verb or attached to the verb in this. So, an example would be a question for lo tengo que hacer, and then you would say tengo que hacerlo. It makes the sentence shorter, but also avoids repetition. And this is the end of my slide, 0. I hope you enjoyed learning about preterite and DOPs.